Hi and welcome to this video. Today I wanted to talk about journaling and why it's one of my favorite things. I have lots of my journals here so I can kind of pull information from them or show you things, while I also have some notes that I just want to read to you about why I think journaling is so important and can be so life-changing. Before I start, my name is Anna and I'm 22 and I've been journaling for about 8 years, almost every single day. Sometimes I miss a week, but then I always catch up with my journals. Thought maybe I could answer a few things first, which is what do I use my journals for? I use them for everything, like all of my thoughts, feelings, all my experiences. Sometimes write notes about books or videos or movies that I watched, which can be really nice, like looking back. I like to draw on the pages as well, make some shapes and stuff, so it doesn't always have to look the same. Then I also like to write down my plans, like for the day or the week, and also set goals for the month and sometimes the week. Like usually what I'm doing right now is I write down my goals at every single beginning of the month, and then I check in with them at the end of the month and write new ones or continue with those goals. And I love to put vision boards into my journals. I don't have like a real journal ecosystem. I don't use that many journals at the same time. My next thing that I wanted to talk about is how do I stay motivated to journal. And at this point, as I've been doing it for 8 years, I just can't imagine living without a journal, like not writing my thoughts down, expressing myself in that way. But I know in the beginning was also quite difficult for me to get the hang of it. And one thing I can suggest, which might be a bit weird of a tip, but start small. Start with a small journal. These are the ones that I started out with, because they go by so fast and it's such a feeling of gratification when you finish a journal. And I also like to kind of match journals to live events. For example, the one I have right now, this is almost exactly the time of one semester. Now it's almost ending and I'm going traveling soon, and so I can use a different and a new journal for traveling. And then this helped me stay motivated in the beginning, as well as just trying out different things. I know there's the Artist Way, where you're supposed to write 3 morning pages every day, and I think that can be really challenging and also kind of do the opposite of encouraging creativity. I really want you to just be creative in your journals and write about whatever you want in whatever way you want. You could even collect flowers, press the flowers in there, just put them in there. Junk journaling is a thing. Put in your favorite pictures, print them from Pinterest. Just start with something that brings joy to you, and then continue on that. Write about anything, and if you need prompts in the beginning or want prompts in the beginning, that's completely fine as well. I think it can be a bit hard to just write onto a blank page with nothing to write upon, write on. Just see it as a creative act itself and see what you like to do, and maybe in the end you will find that you enjoy something else more. But it's an awesome experiment. I think the most important thing is that you have a passion for it and you can find joy in it. And I wanted to share my 4 biggest lessons and learning that I had from journaling specifically. And the first thing is that it helps me in the moment. So when I write something down that's going on in my head, journaling is a good release for me to get something out of my head. When I'm overthinking something, or I feel like everything is a mess, it helps me just clear my head and organize my thoughts, and also maybe figure out what I want in that situation, whatever is going on, writing down about important moments in my life, like those things all give me clarity. And I think that's one of the biggest things that journaling does. And what I also felt is that with creative writing, like storytelling or poetry or anything like that, it reflects a lot of, like, for me, my inner emotions and ongoings, and process them in a different way where I'm like more separated from them, if that makes sense. And that was also really nice. So if you don't feel comfortable writing about yourself, like making up a character that maybe goes through similar things and has to deal with similar emotions, can be a practice. Something maybe you haven't thought about. But yeah, just helps me clear my head and is in the moment such a big relief, and I don't expect to get anything from it. Like sometimes I don't feel great and I journal and I still don't feel great, and that's okay, but I at least feel like I got something out of me, if that makes sense. I just love it so much. And I can also tell how I'm doing by not journaling. Like sometimes I don't journal because I'm really happy and I can reflect that, and then other times I don't journal because I don't want to face my own emotions and feelings, and then I can also reflect on that. Like if I haven't journaled for a long time, usually I come back with the question like, why haven't I journaled? Like what is the reason emotionally, or just what was going on in my life at that time. That's something that I do. And then the second thing that I learned is that I can see the bigger picture in many things now, and I can see that life goes up and down, but you always evolve to something greater, and you end up doing things that you never thought like that were possible. And now I can see that in my journals. I had so many anxieties and fears around things that I no longer worry about, and it is so nice to see how much I've grown and changed throughout the past 8 years. It's really incredible. And then my third point is memories. And not just that you can read like the memories that you lived through and you can kind of relive them, which can be also nice but also cringe at times, but it sharpens my memory. Like I think I can remember so much more just because I'm, after experiencing something, I write it down, and then like it strengthens my memory of that situation. And so I remember so much, and it's so nice to look back on memories and feel like you still know like the details and everything. And some things maybe you don't want to relive and you just want to like vomit them out on paper, and that's okay too. Like I don't even want to look back on all the things that I wrote, but I think it's a really great thing. And for that I also can recommend putting down songs that you currently listen to into your journals, because like reading the memory, listen to the specific song is like nothing else. Like you feel like you're like thrown back into that time, especially with music for me. And if you were watching like a series or something, just write it down, like the favorite things that you were doing at a certain time. And it's always nice to remember the context of the situation that you were in. My fourth point is creativity, and I definitely see writing as something creative, even if you just write about your day. And I used to write a lot of poetry and short stories, as I said, and that has changed over the time, but I still see my writing as a creative outlet, or even like preparation to be creative. Like when I feel stuck, I journal, and then I feel like I have space again to do something else. Like right now I love to do collages, and sometimes I feel stuck with doing them, or I don't feel inspired, and then I journal and I kind of clear my plate, and then I can go into it with a much more inspiration. And it also helps me to reflect and feel inspired again. Like as I said, if I have not done anything creative for a while, I can write about that as well and see where that stems from. And yeah, I think that it's an awesome creative tool, and every artist should try it and just try it in different ways. It's the same like with painting. There's so many different ways to paint, so many different colors, so many different like makes, brands, anything, like ways to paint. And I think it's the same way with journaling. There's just such a big variety of what you can do, and it's not only the just write whatever's in your head or use the prompts. Like there's so much more, and it's just best thing is to look inside yourself and see what you need, and then figure out a way to have that in your journals. Life is constantly changing, and I am writing my own story. Everybody is, and I'm also doing it in a literal sense, in a way that gives me the opportunity to look back and read my life like a book. I can never know what is going to happen next. This journal will soon hold my thoughts, emotions, and memories I could never have expected now. That is the beauty of life. And this is what it's all about. So, yeah. Have a good day, and hopefully I see you in my next video. Bye!